guys, it's Debbie with Debbie J's Crafting Corner. I'm going to be using today a set of really fun, huge glimmer set sentiments. This is something that's brand new from Spellbinders, and you can tell I've been playing a bit. Here's the thing, once I got these made and I let them sit for a couple of days, I decided, this is not quite what I had in mind. So I am basically re-recording what I had done before, and I'm going to make the cards a bit better and use some stamps and show you how you can use your stamps, your stamped images, and glimmer plates together. So these plates that I'm working with are part of the Glimmer Cardfront Sentiments collection that just came out this month, and they've got a lot of fun sentiments on here. We've got little card big hello, a giant thank you, all of my favorite things, pizza, coffee, cake, you. Got one over here that says this card is full of hugs, and I've got it heating up on my platform already. And then we've got buy me craft supplies and call me pretty. I love this one. This is so funny. What I decided I wanted to do is just take out some of my stamps and do some images and then see how that's going to look with some foil over it, because we know that we can color and everything over foil, but I'm thinking we should be able to add the foil on top of the colored card. So this is a panel that I have from the Graceful Blooms that's been out a little bit, and I colored this a while, so it was already in my stash. Same thing with this one. This is got a bunch of things out. This one, I forgot what it's called. This one is Day in the Park, and I've just got that colored up with some alcohol markers. And then I've got some other ones that I'm going to just do a little bit of stamping and see how it goes. But I figured I'd go ahead and give it a try on a couple of these first before I start working with some of these others. So as soon as this is finished heating up, I'll go ahead and run that through my die cutting machine with the glimmer foil, and we're going to see how this is going to turn out. So I'm using the grids on my glimmer system to try to get everything lined up the way that I want it. And I want the image to be on this side. So it's going to be about like that. Okay, so that's my plan. I'm going to go ahead and put this down. And since I'm doing flowers first, these are just some flowers from the Graceful Bloom set that I just colored up with, I believe at the time it was colored pencils, mostly because of that texture that's there. So I'm going to just add my foil right there and about where I think I want this to go. And I'm going to guess where it is on here. Now, another way you can do this, of course, is by taping it onto your card. But since I've already got an image on there, I'm going to not do that this first time, and we're going to see how it does. So, again, I'm going to just use these grids, and I do want some of the image to show at the bottom. So, I'm going to just go right about up against that line there, place that down, be very careful, and put my plates on top. This is my glimmer plate and my thin shim, and then I'm going to hit the timer button. Once it stops blinking, I can go ahead and run this through my die cutting machine, and we're going to see how this does over some colored pencil. And I think that looks pretty good. There is a little bit of overfoiling here, and I'm just going to use an eraser to take care of that. But I think that that is pretty good. There's a couple, like I said, a couple places where there is a little bit of overfoiling, but you know what? We can always trim this down, trim off those bits, and yeah, I do like this card. This, I think, looks pretty good. It is a little bit crooked, but that just means when I trim it down, I'm going to straighten it up. So for this one, I'm going to use this this glimmer plate that says little card, big hello, and I'm going to put it right in the middle of my city here. And this time I am going to use my tape. Now, the Best Ever Craft tape, I have not yet had it to have any kind of a problem with tearing up my paper when it comes off. So my thought is it should go fine. So let me grab another piece of foil. And I'm thinking it's going to have to go this way. Let's see. And I also want to make sure that it goes and covers the entire thing. So I'm pulling it up and showing a little bit of that tape up at the top. Then I will tape all of that in place. There we go. And now that that is all the way at the bottom, I can go ahead and trim off that excess foil. And then again, I'm going to double check and make sure that this is still pretty straight. I'm going to use another piece of tape to hold it at the bottom. Now there is the possibility that the part that is touching the tape, part of the foil that's touching the tape, can get some overfoiling, but it shouldn't be much if there is any. Okay, now I'm going to place this onto my glimmer system and let that heat up. Okay, I think that looks pretty cool too. There, again, there is a little bit of overfoiling, but I should be able to take care of that with an eraser. So next I'm going to do a real quick and easy background using the layered Wildflowers scene stamp set. I'm going to do some inking with some Simon Hurley ink, starting with Later Gator for my greenery. Okay, and next I'm going to layer up these two other colors. Next I'm adding in some yellow with Slippery When Wet. And now I'm going to add a pop of color with some Bee Sting. And that's it for our background. So I'm doing the same. So I'm doing the same thing with this one where I've got the foil on a hinge. Let me just make sure that that is not crooked, but foil on a hinge and attached to our card that way. And then I put a little bit of tape down here at the bottom, and I'm going to put that one on my glimmer system just like we did the last one. Oh, I did it upside down, but I think I'm going to go with it. I meant for it to be the other way around, but I think this is still going to look kind of cool. So I'm going to go with this one. Nobody's going to know that the flowers were really supposed to come from the bottom. Okay, so that's a third card. Next, I'm going to play with the Birthday Bouquet stamp set. And again, using the same colors from Simon Hurley. First, I'm adding in some green for the stems. Actually, let me go ahead and add green to pretty much the whole thing, and then I'm going to wipe off some from the flowers because I want to have the flowers different colors. So clean off that one and clean off that one. Let's clean off these, and then a little bit here and a little bit here. Now there's some places where if it's got a little bit of green, that's okay. It's not that big of a deal, but I do want to have mostly clean. Okay, so this should be mostly just these stems. That looks pretty good. And I'm going to add yellow for that daisy. It's right over here. And if there's some overlap of the color, that's okay. Okay, then I'm going to add some red. Well, let me do that other daisy. Almost forgot about it. That's up here at the top. Okay, does need a little bit more yellow. Let me do both of those daisies one more time. And if I happen to have some overlap on the green, that's okay. That just means it's going to be a different shade of green. Okay, that looks pretty good. And now I'm going to add some red to some of the flowers too. Okay, I think that is good enough. And I'm going to say that that is going to be done for my background on this one. And that, I think, looks pretty interesting. I mean, it's got the color behind there. Could always add more color if I want to, but I think this is kind of cute. So for this last one, because it had pizza, now you could also do coffee or cake, but since this one had pizza, I recently came across this piece of pizza that I'd made using the sweet and savory set. It's got a lot of different food items in there, including a pizza. So I thought, you know, I've got that extra one from a project I did, what, a year ago? Let's go ahead and use it. So I'm going to, because of the contrast, I'm going to do this on some dark blue cardstock. And I'm going to foil this in gold. And we're just going to go straight to the panel. And let's go ahead and put that on our Glimmer system. And that looks great. Now I just need to put all of my cards together. And there we go. We've got 5 new cards, each using a different, completely different look, using some of the stuff I already had in my stash. We've got the all my favorite things, pizza, coffee, cake, and you with a slice of pizza. We've got a birthday bouquet for the Buy Me Craft Supplies and Call Me Pretty. We've got a giant thank you using the layered flowered scene, a little card, Big Hello, using Day in the Park, and this card is full of hugs using Graceful Blooms. So that just shows you some of the options with using these huge foil sentiment stamps. Sentiment hot foil plates rather, and I hope that this video helped to inspire you to get out some of your older supplies and team it up with some of your newer things as well. You guys have a wonderful day. Remember that if I can make it, you can too, and I will see you next time. Check out this playlist too to see some other videos where I've used Spellbinder stuff. You guys have a great day. Bye guys.